The EPOC, the European Palm Oil Conference here in Brussels, is about telling the palm oil story.
It's a really important gathering of industry and policymakers in Brussels to raise awareness of the challenges around palm oil and how we should be working together across all the stakeholder groups to resolve them.
In the mid-90s, palm oil was introduced as a replacer of the trans fatty oils and fats in food products. The advantage of palm oil is that it has beautiful both taste and functional characteristics that makes it a very easy product to be used. It gives the smooth melting taste to the spreads, like chocolate spreads, but at the same time it gives a kind of crunchy bite if we make pastries.
In most of European countries there's not a big perception of what palm oil is. There has been a lot of debate about palm oil being healthy or not and environmentally, let's say, problematic or not, especially in France.
In France, there's a lot of debate on the health aspects of palm oil, and in other parts in Europe, the sustainability side of the production of palm oil is debated. Both issues need to be addressed. It can be sustainably produced, and also, could also easily be fit in a balanced diet.
Palm oil has 50% saturated and 50% unsaturated fatty acids, and because of the saturated fats, some people think that palm oil is unhealthy, whereas there is new evidence that this may not be that quite well backed up by scientific data.
It's very true that there's been a lot of campaigns about palm oil, about the deforestation, about cutting down virgin forests to grow plantations. Nobody in Europe wants to be consuming their chocolate thinking, I've just contributed to the death of biodiversity in the rainforest. We're all quite rightly sensitive about that.
The good news is that the Roundtable on Sustainable Palm Oil currently certifies 18% of all palm oil that's produced to a very high standard of sustainability. Whether you're a consumer, whether you're a business, you should join the RSPO, you should make a commitment to sourcing only certified sustainable palm oil and develop an action plan. And if you're a policymaker, we need to work with you as well, because we will not ever be able to scale this up and transform the whole industry without close cooperation and support.
When I see producers that say, you know what, there's nothing wrong with palm oil, but due to the fact that my consumer would like to avoid palm oil, I put no palm oil labeling, I think that these producers are cheating. Consumers buy no palm oil products convinced that they are healthier. It is not. Convinced that they are more sustainable, which is not the case. So basically, let's say, I think that we are here in front of a case of, let's say, miscommunication to consumers, which should be, in my opinion, treated by regulation.
Well, at the moment, policy around vegetable oil is really about the food information to consumers that comes in December. That's about allowing consumers to identify it, where it comes from. So that's a big step forward, because people who wish to can make those choices. What we don't have is, for example, a parallel with timber. So at the moment, you cannot import into Europe timber unless it's sustainable. Some people would like a similar prohibition on palm oil unless it's sustainable. I don't think anyone would have a problem with that if we had all of that governance and standards in place. So, maybe that's something for the future.